Welcome to One Time Book Review. It is called that because it is the first and only review I will do on a book, at least on this channel, I think. Anyway, what is this first and only book I will review? It's Inexperienced Mage by D.W. Jackson, which is the first volume of the Reawakening saga. So what makes this novel so special that is the only one I will review? It's because I can win a trip to Japan. And yes, the author will give the chance to one person to go to Japan for having made a video about his novels. I think it is quite an interesting way to advertise his novel, and I really hope it will work for him. What is strange with this contest is that it attracted many people, like myself, who is mostly interested about the Japan part of it. Because novels are about Mage and there's no relation with the actual contest. And I'm not a big fan of all those mages, wizard or medieval stuff. But I read it anyway, because I want to win Japan. I think my money in this book was well spent. First, because it ended up to be quite interesting and fun. And also, I like to give to independent artists, like D.W. Jackson. I will start by saying that I will try to not spoil anything for those who want to read the novel. And also that it's only my opinion. The best way to know if you will like a novel is to actually read it. And seriously, it costs only around $3, so you can't really go wrong with it. And even if you didn't like it, at least you helped an author to pay his bill. So in the end, you made something good with this money. First, the cover. Yeah, the cover. Let's just say that it wasn't really to my taste. Maybe it's the visual artist inside of me who is talking, but I think that covers are really important because it's the first contact you have with your readers. It's what will attract your readers, and it's also what they will put on their shelves. So for me it's quite important. And you know what they say? You can judge a book by its cover, at least most of the time. So I read it anyway, Japan pushing me to do it. But in the end, it was quite fun. I think there are many good ideas in the novel. For example, the story takes place in a queendom, and men are sold as slaves. And it also takes place in a world where mages were exterminated. And so there's no magic anymore, but it's a novel around mage. It's quite interesting to see how magic is rediscovered. However, I think there is not enough descriptions. There is almost nothing to help the reader imagine what the world looked like. But at the same time, I think that it can be a good point for some, because it gives all the liberty to the reader to imagine the world as they would like it to be. Also, the characters feels quite empty. Their descriptions doesn't go really further than physical description. And I found that the psychology of the main character Mark was not developed enough. And in fact he thinks almost only of practical stuff, like how will he enter into the castle, or how much money he has left, and things like that. And I find it quite sad, because I wanted to feel closer to those characters. But I have a lot of imagination, so even if the characters aren't so developed, I was able to create them into my head anyway, and I became quite attached to those characters. In fact, after reading the novel, I kind of miss them. It's weird. maybe I'm just too sensible, or that I only feel lonely because I don't have any friends. Nah, I'm joking. I have tons of friends in my head. So I think that the main problem with the novel is the lack of description of the world he created and of the characters. But since it's the first volume of a saga, there is still the chance that it will be more developed later on. However, magic is really well described in the novel. The explanation is logical and it makes it really credible. At one point I almost believed that magic was real. That is what I had to say for my review. I had fun reading this book, and I will probably try the next volume, even if what I said are mostly negative points. But in fact they are not really negative, they are more like points that I didn't like about it. And maybe other people will read it and not care one bit about description and the psychology of the characters. And this is a banana! Yeah, I really like this fruit, it's sweet, it's just good. And also, it is pronounced almost the same in every languages, like in English, banana. In Japanese, banana. In Korean, banana. In French, banan. In German, banane. And in Spanish, plátano. Okay, let's forget this last one. My final thought about this book is that if you want to read an adventure novel about a mage and you like fantastic work, you will probably like it. And if you want to read it, just read it. Don't let any review change your mind and make your own opinion about it. And it costs only around $3. And you are helping an author to make money from his passion. I would like to end this video by saying thank you to D.W. Jackson to give the chance to someone to make his dream of going to Japan come true. And I really hope that you will succeed in your career as an author. I hope my video wasn't too boring. Bye everyone and have a nice day.